Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at a little bit of a mini game that I've been working on. Now I'm just showing you the map, the area, the idea behind the mini game, and then maybe later this week, once I've worked out a few more of the bugs, I'll post it on the workshop and also have a quick go at it. Now the mission is rather simple. This crashed ship here has vital intelligence on it, but the problem is the scrappers have already moved in, they set up this little perimeter around it, and they've started scrapping the ship. But they don't know that intelligence is on board, and it's night time, they've all left the site to return to their homes or wherever they're going to be stationed, and they've left one guard watching the security monitors. Can you see where I'm going with this? So if we actually just go to our view mode now and access our small grid, and we access our camera, you can actually see we've got these very basic cameras that are panning back and forth across the area, and the monitor can actually switch between the two camera options. And what's great about these is the infiltrator, that's the opponent, if I turn my light off, has got to try to sneak in to the base the best as possible. Jetpack will be disabled, and he's going to have to try to infiltrate his way in. Now, why I wanted to talk to you and show you this today is I wanted some other ideas of how to punish the infiltrator if he's caught. I was thinking about sticking a massive sniper rifle on the hill that the camera operator can control. Alternatively, I had the idea of sticking drones that the camera operator can call upon. Or even alternately on that, you can actually come out and try to hunt down the player within this little camp area itself. I'd like to hear some of your thoughts on that. But we'll actually have a quick look around the camp. So I'll put my big flashlight on here. So first off, I'll show you the one thing that I haven't actually created on here. So you can see we've got this boom lift, snatched it from the workshop, and I'll give you a link for that in the description if you want to spot that. I've spotlighted that before, and we've got a variety of different modifications down here, one particularly being the barrel mod, and I think there's also an antenna mod. There's quite a few mods on this, so I'm not too sure exactly which ones they are. I just put a load of mods together so we could have a real good play around. We've also got the scaffolding mod that I think looks absolutely great. You can imagine in the daytimes that the scrappers are coming up here, scrapping the engine bays from top to bottom. We've also got another piece of scaffolding on this side. I just wanted to make this place look as realistic as possible, especially with the lights out like that. There's lots of areas where the characters can hide underneath, and I'll show you one of the secret ways in. So the scrappers have actually cut away into the landing gear here, and a player can actually crouch his way inside this ship here and enter into the cockpit where the data or information is going to be stored. And one of the scary or more important things about this is since the cameras keep moving, the operator's going to have to keep switching between cameras to get the best chance of spotting the infiltrator as he comes into the area. You can see there's lots of different entrance points around the camp. So of course we've got the main entrance, that's around the back of the camp where the actual ship has crashed through at the moment. And you can also see up at the front or the side of the camp we've got some fences that have been taken down at various points, and the cameras can't be taken out by the infiltrator. I've decided on this because if you just shoot them out, then the guy watching the cameras has literally nothing to do. Another little thing that's quite cool about these cameras is that if you get close to them, it does set off a little bit of an alarm, so you can't just loiter underneath the actual thing underneath, well actually under the camera. So we'll switch back to our main flashlight and we'll keep going around the perimeter. There we go, the alarm will reset. So if you hear that alarm going off, you'll know that he's directly below the camera. You can switch to another one and work out where he is. So you can see as we come around this side of the ship, we've got more breaks and holes in the wall. We've got more scaffolding to get onto the top that I wouldn't advise. We've got some of these little rowers that I've put at the side here as a little bit of decoration as well. But one of the most important and quite scary things is since this is placed in the middle of the desert, you've got to make quite a dash to actually get into this area. Once you're into this area, you're going to have to move container to container, make sure them cameras are not watching you. So I'll go and try to get views from both the cameras there. So we'll go and view this one first. So there we go, we've got that camera panning across at the rear of the ship. This one's going to be good to watch because that's where the guy's going to be trying to get into the back of the ship. So you can see the weak spot on this camera is when it pans to watch the front. It's perfect for the infiltrator to sneak past. So he's got a few seconds there before it pans back. And now if we actually take a look at the other camera and move a little bit further down, there we go, view there. So this actually views the front of the ship. Now this one's a really good all-around camera, but you can see the blind spot here is when it pans to the left side, and it also can't see the back of the ship, but you can watch them as they come in a break in through the left or the right side when it pans back. So both the cameras do have the weak spots, and I did originally install a third one, but when I was testing this out I just felt it was too hard. If the camera operator was fast, he would always spot the infiltrator getting into position. But I'm gonna have to test this out, and more importantly you guys will have to let me know what you think of this. How are we going to punish that player if he gets caught? Should there be more cameras installed? Should I have like a camera maybe up on top of the hill to watch as a big sort of approach? Should I have a secret underground entrance that'll get you into the camp I don't know, there's loads of different options we can do with this here, and that's what I really like about it. And I've messed with the ambience of the actual environment as well to make it darker. So if we actually turn off our jetpack here, it is a lot easier to creep around in this camp and avoid them cameras. Alternatively, we could do this with AI. So once the AI actually detects it via scripts through the spotlight camera, so if I just hide behind here as the camera actually passes by, maybe it could deploy a drone to the area that then we're going to have to take out. And then every time a camera spots you, so hang on, we've got to move quickly here because that camera's going to clock us on the right. And then we could make our way into the ship, but at this point you can see the camera would spot us here as it's panned across in that area. And if we move around this area, try to be as stealthy as possible. I just love how the shadows are casting. Beautiful. It updated ages ago with the lights and their effects. So if we just hide ourselves, for instance, behind this barrel, and we access that first camera, and press view, let's just have a look. So that's not the camera we want. We want to view the other camera, that's camera 2. I've not named the cameras to maybe make it a little bit harder to switch between them. So we're actually hiding behind that barrel there. And if I actually switch back to my character, you can see that there was nothing that can be seen there at all. So if I, for instance, move over here into the actual lighting area, let's go back to that camera and see if we can be seen quite clearly in the open view. So there you go, you can see myself there in the open quite easily running about. So I'm going to have to hide, get myself behind these places, and then move when the camera's not looking at that coordination. I don't know, I think it's going to be quite an interesting minigame. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the description below, and hopefully later this week I'll have this up for you guys to play. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.